Tutorial video instructions. This is a video. Students can and should often stop, start, and rewind the video to better read, hear, and understand the video content. There are 8 tutorial topics in the RMA Algebra 1 video collection. Each topic starts with a segment that defines the topic objectives. Students should stop the video and read the objectives carefully. Each topic ends with a segment that summarizes the topic takeaways. Students should stop the video and read the takeaways carefully. Students who master the video content will pass the EOC exam. Topic 6 of 8. Systems and Matrix. Objectives. Students will be able to 1. Solve systems of 2 linear equations with 2 variables for mathematical and real-world problems. 2. Write systems given a table, graph, and verbal description. 3. Graph systems of 2 linear equations.
I'm Ms. Castillo, and today we're going to work out a problem finding the solution to a system of equations. Okay? Remember that a system of equation means that we have 2 more equations to graph. But for Algebra 1, we're only going to work with 2 equations. So if you remember, the solution is where our system of equations intersects. Okay. So for this problem, it says, what is the value of x in the solution to the system of equations? Now, an easy method for finding the solution to a system of equations is using the matrix in the calculator. Okay? Now, in order to use the matrix, both of our equations will need to be in our standard form. So if you remember, our standard form of a linear function is ax plus by equals c. So here you'll notice that both of these are not in standard form. And in case you forget, this standard form of a linear equation is on your math formula chart. Okay. So let's take a look and set these up. So for the top equation, this one, you'll notice that we need to move our y over from the right to the left of the equal sign. So we have 3x equals 2y plus 14. So we just need to move our 2y, and since we're crossing the equal sign, don't forget to change your sign. So instead of having a positive 2y, we're going to subtract 2y. So then, and remember, the x value is going to go first, just like our standard form of our linear equation. So it's 3x minus 2y equals 14. Okay. For our second equation, here you can see that our x is on the right-hand side. So that will need to move over to the left. So we have y equals negative 6x plus 18 So we're going to move our x now. So since it is a negative 6x on the right, it will be a positive 6x on the left. Okay, let's bring everything down. 6x plus y equals 18. Okay. So now both equations are in standard form. X, y, and constant. So now we're going to set up our matrix so that way we can use our matrix and solve for this system using our calculator. So in the form of our matrix, we're going to grab each of the numbers from all of these. So here we have 3, negative 2, and 14. And for the second one, we have 6, the imaginary 1 in front of y, and the 18. Okay. So for our matrix, for our first equation, we have 3, negative 2, and 14. And for our second equation, 6, 1, and 18. We're going to create our 2 by 3 matrix. Okay. And so when we look at our final screen, when we solve it, we will have 2 numbers that will appear here at the end. Okay? So here this represents our x, and this represents our y. Okay? So let's go over to our calculator and have the calculator do the work for us. Is matrix is the fourth from the blue, or 3 buttons below the blue second. Okay? So we're going to hit second, matrix, and we're going to do an edit. We're just barely going to create our matrix. Okay, we're going to hit enter. And here we're going to input 2, enter, 3, enter. See, this setup is similar to what we just wrote. Okay, now we're going to input our values for the first equation, which was 3, enter, negative, enter. And now we're going to input the 3 numbers from our second equation, 6, 1, and 18. So just double check your values that you input them correctly. So 3, negative 2, 14, 6, 1, and 18. Okay. So now, here we're going to hit second, matrix, and we want the math for us. So we're going to arrow to the right for math. Now, instead of scrolling all the way down, the shortcut is Alpha Apps. But be sure here, don't forget to actually do a quit. Let's see, second, quit. And let's try that again. Second, matrix, math. It is Alpha Apps. Okay? Because you want to see this on the screen all by itself. So that's a common mistake there. Now we just need to reference the name of the matrix, and we only have the one matrix, so it's going to be the first one, A. So here we're going to hit second matrix, and there it is. So we're just going to hit enter, enter, and there it is. So here you can see that we have our value of x of 3.333 and a y value of -2. Now let's look at the answer choices to see if they left the answer choice in decimal or if they left it in fraction. Okay, so here you can see that from the answer choices, A is 10/3, B is -2, C is 2, and D is -10/3. So from our calculator, we do have the 3.33 positive. So here you can see that we're going to be able to eliminate without actually having to go back to the calculator. So we do not have a whole number, and it is actually positive. It's not negative. So the answer is A. Now you can always check in your calculator and just do 10 divided by 3 on the calculator and end up with the 3.33. Now you try it. So pause for a couple minutes so you can work through this problem. Now we're going to look at this problem, and we're going to have my student Eddie work this problem.
Hi, I'm Eddie, and I'm going to give it a try. So what I'm noticing here is that it's already set up for me. Both equations are in standard form. So all I got to do is put this into matrix form. So let's give that a try. So 15, -12, and 13 for the top standard form equation. And then we've got 30, (9) and 4. So that is my matrix that I need to plug into my calculator. Okay, so first I'm going to hit matrix by hitting second matrix. Okay, then I'm going to edit my matrix from matrix A. And this is also going to be a 2x3 matrix. 3, enter. So now I have my setup. So now I can plug in the matrix that I created earlier. Those values were 15, enter, negative 12, enter, and then 13, enter. Now for the bottom row, 30, enter, 9, enter, and then 4. Now I have my matrix. So now what I need to do is do the RREF, which is reduced row echelon form of this matrix A. So I'm going to go to my home screen by hitting second quit, and now go again to your matrix by hitting second matrix, arrowing to the right to get the RREF, which is down here at the bottom, which was alpha B, hitting enter. So now I've got my setup. I have my RREF. Now I need to get my matrix A. So again, let's go back to our matrix by hitting second matrix. And then we want to, under names, call up matrix A. So now I have two answer choices. My X on top is 0.3 repeating, and my choice for Y is negative 0.6 repeating. So I wonder if there's a way where I can take my decimal answer and convert it to a fraction answer. So let's try by hitting the math button. And the very first choice says convert to fraction. So I'll hit enter. And then hit enter one more time. So awesome. So this tells me that my X value for my solution is 1/3, and my Y value in my solution is negative 2/3. So now let's go and check what the original question was, and check the answer choices. Okay, so it shows here that I was looking for the X in my solution. So my X in my solution was 1/3. So my answer choice would have to be B.
Topic 6 of 8, Systems and Matrix. Takeaways. 1. You must have equations in standard form to enter into the matrix. 2. The X value of the solution is in the top right corner of the matrix, and the Y value is in the bottom right corner. 3. You can convert your answer from decimal to fraction by clicking the Math button and enter.